my beaders, how are we? Are we all okay? So if you remember then, we'll jump straight into it, shall we? If you remember then, on my last video I showed you some items that I'd had from Beebeecraft, and in there was this beautiful kit to make some trees of life. So I've gone ahead and made a few, but I just wanted to remind you what's in the pack that you get. You get 2 of the large discs, hoops, and they measure 2 inches across, or if you're in centimetres they measure 5 centimetres across, and you get 4 of the smaller hoops and they measure 1¼ inches across, or 3½ centimetres if you work in centimetres. You also get 2 lengths of chain, and they are 29½ inches in length, and you get the lobster clasp and the little jump ring already, so the made up chains for you. You get 10 of the bails, the pinch bails, and I've used 1 on this example here, and just threaded the chain through so it's nice and long. And you also get some ear wires, I won't be using those, and you get some jump rings. You get 5 pairs of the ear wires and 10 jump rings. You also get 2 rolls of the wire. This is what I have left of one of the reels of wire. I have another one there that's not been touched, and they're in 0.5mm sizing. Okay, and you also get 4 strands of different coloured chips, gemstone chips. You get a multi-strand, you get a peridot, well I'm sure it's peridot, a clear crystal, so that would be like a quartz crystal, and this that I still have no idea. If you remember me saying in the last video, I didn't know what they were called, and I still don't. But if you know, do drop a comment. So that's where we are at the moment with that. So I went on then to make one of the large Tree of Life pendants. Now this is made with 4 strands of wire, so it gives you 8 little branches. I'm going to take you step by step and show you how to make these, but I just wanted to show you first. And then a smaller one using the multi-coloured chips, and just added a few peridot in there, a little bit of crystal, and I made, I hope the colours are coming through for you guys. I've got lots of lighting on, but well, the sun's coming out in Cornwall. Such a frosty start this morning, unbelievable. And then another multi one. I mean, I wouldn't personally wear these as earrings, but you could. Me being me, frugal, I will end up with 6 pendants out of this. 4 of the smaller ones and 2 larger ones. But it's entirely up to you, your creativity of what you would like to do. So I'm going to take you through then what we need to do to make these beautiful trees of lives. So to start off then, I'm going to show you how to make the larger one. Okay, and to make the larger one you will need 4 strands of wire. Now these are cut at 10 inches, so you will need 4 strands of 10-inch wire. And just before we get into it, I'll run you through the tools that you will need as well. You will need some cutters, obviously, to cut our wire. You will need either snipenose pliers or the thin nose pliers, whatever you want to call them, and the Flatnose pliers. Okay, and you will also need a measuring implement. Percy's been out to play, haven't you, Percy? If you haven't got a Percy, why not? No, only kidding. Just use whatever tape measure that you like, or a little plastic ruler would be fine, absolutely fine. Just something that we can measure off our lengths of And we'll also need our fingers. Our fingers are our best tools, aren't they? Don't look at me nails, I keep breaking them. I need to give myself a really good manicure and get them. Why am I talking about nails? We're not here to talk about nails, are we? We're here to talk about trees of lives. So get all your pieces together then. Like I say, I've just chopped off 4 10-inch pieces of wire to make our larger pendant. If you're going to start off with a smaller pendant, for these they were 8 inches of wire, but the principle is the same. So I'll give you a second to get your little bits and bobs together and we'll be right back. Righty ho then. So on my larger hoop I'm going to take one of my strands of wire and I'm just going to fold it in half. Just going to fold it in half. So if you look on these hoops, they've got a little dint in, and I want to try and cover that up. So we're just going to pop our wire through, holding it with our thumb and finger. I'm just going to push those wires together so they almost cross, and then I'm just going to let go of the hoop and pull them wires together so they sit side by side. Putting my finger over where they've joined, and I'm just going to start wrapping. I only want to do a couple of loops around each side just so it attaches firmly. So that's one side done, and then I'm just going to swap fingers and bring it through the hoop and bring them pointing out at the side. Holding them together then, I'm just going to get my pliers. I'm just going to make sure that the coils are nicely together. Pinching the wires between my thumb and finger. You can cross them over a little bit if you like, where they join. So bringing them together like that. Thumb and finger over the top, and I'm going to twist the hoop. Loop hoop. I'm going to twist the hoop, holding the wires between my thumb and finger, letting the wires twist, but you need to have a firm pressure on your thumb and finger. Just a few twists, and that will give you a nice tight twist. Pull those wires together and pop them out the way. Okay, so then we're going to get our next wire, folding it in half, putting our finger in the bottom just to pull it down, going one side of our previous loops, coils, attachment. Again, pushing with our thumb and finger, letting go of the hoop and pulling it tight, resting our finger on where it meets the hoop, taking one of the wires and just starting to wrap around. The other side. Bringing them together, getting our pliers, giving them a little squeeze just to bring those coils together. Again, crossing the wires where they meet the hoop just a little bit, holding those wires between our thumb and our finger, and then start to twist the hoop. Nice firm pressure on the wire between our thumb and our fingers, and that will help the wires to be nicely together. Pushing up. Now we have 2 on and 4 branches. So taking our next wire, pulling it in half, over on the other side, pinching our wires together, just pressure, letting go of the hoop, pulling those wires so they sit side by side, putting our finger over the wires where they meet the hoop, starting then to wrap the wire around the hoop just a couple of times, changing over our fingers, bringing the wire around, together, getting our pliers, just pushing our coils together, crisscrossing our wires, finger and thumb, holding the wires nice and tightly and twisting our hoop. Bringing those wires together and moving the coils up. Our last piece of wire then, making our fold, pulling our finger down, through our hoop, pressure, pull, hold with our finger, and nicely wrapping our wire around just a couple of times, changing over. Bringing our wires together, pushing our coils together using our tools, bringing our wires loosely together, holding and pinching between our thumb and finger, nice pressure, and turning our hoop. Lovely jubbly. Pushing our coils up to meet the others, and we should have this, a pile of wires all sticking out to the side of our hoop. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now if you wanted to add more wires on, if you wanted a fuller tree of life with more branches, you can certainly do that. Just cut another strip of wire and just add it on. Okay, so how are we going to make our trunk? We're going to bring our wires together using our thumb and finger. Just bring our wires together, just manipulate them all together, hold them and twist the loop. And that brings our trunk together. twisting the trunk to the centre, and this is then where you can start to play. So you can see the root system all down here, and we just need to now separate our wires to see which direction they're going. So I'm going to just grab hold of a couple of wires, untangle them and see where they are laying, and then we can add a few more twists if we want to, or leave as is. We'll have a look. It's down to personal preference now, guys, down to how you would like your tree to look. So I think they're all going that way. So what I think I'm going to do is just pinch these two together, right, really close. Give them a little twist by our trunk, just pinching between our thumb and fingers and taking them off in that direction. Yeah, happy with that. And then the ones in the middle, I'm going to give them a little twist as well. I'm actually going to twist these two together as well. So bringing our wires as close down to the trunk as we can get them, and just giving the wires a little twist. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So now you can then go on and twist those together, or that together, or just leave as is. Can you see? It's down to personal design. So we'll see how this gets on. You could even then bring them up together if you wanted to, and give them a little twist. Oh, looks quite interesting. I think I'm going to leave as is. Right, so now comes playtime. Nothing's fixed in stone, we can still alter things if we want to. So this wire is coming down this way, that one's going up there, so we'll start on this one first. Okay, so I'm going to do a mix, I think, of, you don't have to follow me, you don't have to do the same as what I'm doing, it's entirely up to you. There's lots to choose from. So I'm going to go in with a little green one, or peridot, and then a white, or a clear should I say. This is where the fun begins. I like the green and white. Let's see what. And because you're not fixing anything, you can take them off and alter them if you're not happy with how it's looking so far. I'm going to put a green one on, and then just turn your chips around so they all sit together, and then make a judgment call. Do you need to put another one on the end? And I think I do. I'm going to put a white one on the end, if I can find the hole. There we are. That's it. So then, to start wrapping, move these out the way. Take your wire. Can you see how close I've got my chips to the ring, to the hoop? You want some tension on this wire now, and as you bring it down, put your finger over the top and that'll hold it in place. Pull your wire through, and we want to try and jiggle the wire up as close to the other one as we can, but don't worry if it doesn't quite make it, because we've got our pliers to put together, to pull it together, and just make a few loops around the edge. Taking our pliers then, just give the wire a little pull, squeeze your coils together, taking our cutters and I just like to cut on so my pliers are flat to the hoop, and give it a little cut. Taking our pliers again then, just to flatten off the edge, because we don't want it that's nice and smooth. We don't want anything sticking out and catching our clothes. Okay, so on to the next one then. I'm going to go white this time, little white one, or clear should I say. They aren't white, are they? They're clear. And then bring some blues in. Just remembering that it's your own design. You don't have to copy me, you can do whatever you like. If you don't like how things are looking next to each other, just move them, take them off, move them. Oh, that's really nice. And then the finishing touches comes at the end, when we start to manipulate. I'm very quiet, it's because I'm concentrating. And it makes a change, I bet you're saying, makes a change, Jane. Shh. Yep, happy with that. So again then, pull our wire nice and tight, holding with our finger, bringing the wire through as close to the first coil as we can, and just wrapping the wire around our hoop 3 or 4 times, or however many you feel you want to. Give the wire a little bit of a pull, give the coils a little squeeze to bring them together. Take our cutters flat to the hoop if possible, take it off, bring our pliers in again and just smooth that hoop around, the wire around the hoop, not the hoop around. So we have 2 at the minute. Moving on then, I'm going to twist these together and take them up. I think I might. So I'm just making a choice as things are going on, and this is what you can do as well. And the beauty about this, guys, it's only wire and chips. You're only wasting a bit of wire. So if you don't like your design at the end of it, chop it up. You've still got your hoop and start again. Lots of room for practice in this kit. So I'm just going to hold my fingers tightly, the base of the wires, and just give those wires a twist. That's nice, I like that. Okay, so up we go then. I'm going to put a green one on. You might have a particular tree in mind that you'd like. You know what I mean? That you might want to recreate a blossom tree or something that you like. So you might already have the chips at home, the little gemstone chips, or you may need to purchase some, and they're not expensive, these chips aren't, guys. Can't find the hole. Put a couple of these green ones on. Lovely. Bit of white. I think I'm going to finish off with a green. Yep, liking that. So again then, just move these wires out of your way if you need to. Pulling your wire, putting your finger over the end where it hits the loop, and then giving our wire a few loops round, giving it a bit of a pull and a push together the coils, holding our pliers flat to the hoop, cut off the excess, in with the pliers again and giving that a little bit of a rounding off, no sharp edges. And again then, I'm going to start off with the white this time. You can just see it coming together as you're doing it. If you don't like doing random, then and you want to plan it out, that's absolutely fine. We're all different, we all know what we like to do and how we like to do things. I'm just giving you ideas, if you like, little ideas, and what I have done with mine. Put a green one in there, and a clear, and I love this blue. It really does remind me of the sea. They're like a turquoise blue. Oh, I'm liking this. Okay, again then, pulling it tight over with my finger, wrapping our wire around. I'm so engrossed, I hope I've been in shot. I'll be really upset if I watch the video back and none of it's in shot and I've got to do it all again. I won't be impressed, guys, will I? Oh dear. Such are the joys. You get engrossed in what you're doing, and I keep forgetting to look up at the camera. Well, when I say the camera, the little viewing window in the camera. Okay, so flat against. Give the wire a little smooth. There we are, it's coming along. So now we have these two. Might just give them a little twist. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm going to leave them as they are. I'm going to move that up there a bit. So that might be too big. A small one. There we go. It's quite a quick project to do as well once you get going. I want to time myself really to see how long it would take. That's no good. Sometimes on these little chips the hole is too close to the edge of the chip, so if you see those, just put them to the side. I'll just sit forward. And with a blue. Okay. Can I get another one on there? Yes, I think I can. A thin one. That's it. Just making a judgment. Bringing our wire through. Keeping our wraps as tight as we can as we go. Giving the wire a little pull. Bringing our coils together. Flat clipping off. Do you ever get, I don't know about you guys, and I'm blaming it all on hormones or lack of them, in the middle of something and forget what you're saying and you can't just think of the word. I'm getting it all the time just lately and it's driving me absolutely nuts. Lack of hormones, that's my excuse and I'm sticking with it, thank you very much. I'm loving this, how this is turning out. Just by giving those a twist there, that's just altered it. I think it's lovely. Right, it might not be your taste. You might like something totally different. So that's no good. I want a little one to sit down here. Let's have a look at that one. Yeah. That'll do us, guys. That'll do us. A little bit of green. And the nature of the chips as well. That's too close. The nature of the chips, with them being all different sizes, you can they all sort of fit together, if you know what I mean. A bit like a jigsaw puzzle, they all end up together, fitting together. Magic. Lovely. Lovely. Cream on up here. That's it. But I want that sticky out bit at the front, that's it. Hang on a minute guys, what's going on here? I could fit another one on the end. I might actually take that one off. I'm going to take that one off, put that one on, and then that one. That's better. Wrapping around then. You know the drill by now, don't you? You know what you're doing. You know. Giving the wire a pull. Off it goes. Giving it a smooth. Just two left. Just two left. So here we go then, last little bit. Let's get, oh I'm loving this. I don't know if that'll go all the way down there. Just giving away. Yes it will. Oh, that can come down there. Oh gosh, cool. I've got my heating on but I'm still cool. How are you getting on? Is yours coming on good too? Are you liking it? I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Yep. too much wire showing. Let's give them a bit of a twiddle. In fact, yeah, you know it's sitting on there now. But it needs another one on top. Yeah, it needs another one on top. Let's go for that one. That's better. Sometimes you need to give your chips a little bit of a nudge around to get them to sit nicely in where you want them to sit. Through the hoop. What's the weather like where you are? Let me know where you're watching from as well. Are you in the UK? I'm in Cornwall in the UK. Are you in the UK too, or are you somewhere else in the world tuning in, giving me a watch? If you're new to the channel, I really would appreciate it if you subscribed. All the merrier. And it's free. What else you get for free? Not a lot in this world. Rising costs of everything. But this is therapy, isn't it, guys? We don't want to talk about what's going on in the world. We want to talk about beadwork. This is my happy place. Doing things like this makes me happy. Takes away, have you noticed as well while I've been talking, I'm normally quiet up there, aren't I? Quite excitable. I'm enjoying this, I'm engrossed so much. It's such good therapy, it brings your breathing down. Well, for me it does when I'm doing something like this. Because you haven't got to concentrate too much. But you sort of go in your own little world. Does that make sense? Bet you'll think I'm puddled. Well, I am, but you know. I think I lost the plot a long time ago. Oh dear. So we're on the home straight, guys. Nearly done. Nearly done. Do I like? Yeah, I do. It's like a little weeping willow. So, last one then. You know the drill, you know what you're doing now. Wrapping it around the last few times. Giving it a pull. A squeeze. Taking off our last bit. Quite sad, it's finished. And then this is where you can alter things around now. Put your branches where you'd like them. If you want, if your work is a little bit loose, you can, or you want to make your branches a bit gnarly, just put your fine nose pliers onto your wire and then just give it a little tweak. That just adds a curl. But I'm quite liking that. I'm not going to do any more to that. To me that reminds me of a weeping willow. And you can move your branches around, do what you want to do. I'm quite happy with that. So then to finish this off, all we would do is get one of these, the pinch beads that comes in the kit, putting it through, giving it a squeeze with our fingers if we can, if we're strong enough, which I'm not. So bringing our pliers into play. I'm going to get my flat nose for this. Excuse me. And just gently, don't squeeze too hard to begin with, just gently, can you see, not too much pressure, and it will come together nicely. And then just keep squeezing until it's closed. Putting my thin nose pliers just to make sure that's flat. Dear, I've got a tickle. And giving it one last squeeze. Turning that onto the inside then. Gosh, got right tickle. Let me have a little drink. Threading our chain through, our ready-made chain. And there we have our beautiful Tree of Life pendant, already on the chain. So you've got, if you were to purchase this kit from Beebeecraft, I will put the link underneath the video for you. I'll put the link to the actual website, and I will put the link to this kit that I've used today from Beebeecraft. And there's also a coupon for you guys. In the coupon code you need to put in Jane5, and that will give you £5 or $5 off a £40 order. And you'll be there all day. There's loads and loads and loads of stuff to look at. So far then, out of this kit from beebeecraft.com, I have 2 of the larger pendants. I've made 3 of the smaller ones, and I've still got enough to make another one, and lots of chips left. I haven't touched the ear wires, so I'll use those in another project, and I still have the jump rings that I'll use in another project, and I still have 8 of the pinch bales. 4 will obviously go onto the smaller Tree of Lives, and then I'll decide what I'm going to use. I could use chain, or I could use cording, whatever you like, beadwork, or just a string of beads, whatever you like to finish these off. Or if you'd like to make them into earrings, then that's what you can do also. So I really hope you've enjoyed this little video showing you how I make my Tree of Life pendants. I think they've turned out beautifully. I've still got enough wire probably to make the other pendant. Well, I would say definitely, because you only need 8 inches on there. And I still have a whole reel left that I can use on something else. Yeah, what's left to say, guys, other than thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, please do think about subscribing. All you old hats, thank you very much for sticking with me. If you're not getting notifications, maybe thinking about pressing the little bell or the notification button. All the details from today's video will be in the description box underneath the video. And the next video from me then, guys, will be showing you how to make a wrap bracelet using elements from Beebeecraft.com. So that's coming up in the next video. So take care. Happy beading. And don't forget to check out Beebeecraft.com. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Let's see those thumbs. Give us a thumbs up. Thumbs, 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 thumbs. Till next time, take care.
Next level.